Hello everyone, it's Pixel again, and this is my review of Chapter 3 of Twilight's Dollhouse. So yeah, first and foremost, disclaimer, I own nothing. Everything belongs to the rightful owners, so please go and support them and be nice, please. And some viewers may find this disturbing, so viewer discretion is advised, please. So yeah, it starts with Twilight on her balcony, sipping tea with Lyra. Or having tea, I should say, with Lyra. And Lyra sees, like the blue sky, the birds, and yeah, basically, and she wishes New Ponyville was like that. And Twilight explains that she will when she manages to make the sun and the moon and the sky. And that there will be a day and night cycle that follows the real one. And yeah, Lyra wonders if Twilight is going to bring everyone in the new Ponyville. But Twilight says that she has to do it carefully, otherwise others are going to start to notice. And Lyra doesn't know what to do at this point. She has Twilight's trust, but she doesn't know what exactly to do with it. And she has to keep Bonbon safe. And yeah. But even if Twilight does get more ponies and Lyra helps them, she feels like that it would admit defeat. And that if Lyra accepts her new role, then that would mean that she'll stay stuck as a doll. And she asks Twilight if she'll still be her friend when she gets other ponies. And Twilight says that she will because they'll still be friends. And Lyra actually asks Twilight for a favor, and Twilight says that depends. And Lyra explains that Twilight not freeze her up anymore because it brought back painful memories. And Twilight agrees. Yeah, Twilight agrees because Lyra is her friend. And Lyra wonders if the others are scared too. And asks Twilight if she can not do that to anyone else in her dollhouse because, it's really not a pleasant idea. And Twilight says that she will that she will double check the spell, but only if Lyra promises to tell her anything if Vinyl and Bonbon are planning something. Lyra, of course, agrees, but despite this being her goal to set everyone free, she's starting to feel concerned for Twilight. But Spike shows up and wonders if and asks if that's Lyra. Of course, Lyra freezes up, and Twilight explains ever since apparently Lyra is now gone, Twilight, of course, tells Spike that she's been making dolls to go with the replica of Ponyville. And yeah, Spike buys into it and goes out to see Rarity. And so yeah, he's going to see Rarity, but before that, Spike tells Twilight that she's got a letter from Celestia. And yeah, Spike leaves, and it's revealed that this isn't the first time Twilight has gotten a letter from Celestia, because Twilight apparently hasn't been reading any letters that Celestia has sent her. But yeah, Lyra... So yeah, Spike is gone, and Twilight praises her for her acting. And it seems like Twilight at one point plans on doing the spell on Spike as well. And Twilight explains that once Spike gets older, his scales will be resistant to magic. So Twilight is wondering whether to turn him into a doll when he's still young, or to tell him the truth so they can stay friends. So yeah, and Lyra actually asks about how Twilight is feeling. And Twilight, even though she trusts Lyra, she says that she doesn't want to talk about how she's feeling right now. And she's just thinking about, she remembers her brother and her sister-in-law, and how Twilight wishes that she could have stopped it. And that she even at one point tried to rebuild their home with dolls that looked like them. But it just wasn't the same. And but while Lyra does feel bad for Twilight, she does asks her, but won't anyone else just feel just as bad about their friends ending up in the basement? And they'll never know what happened to them. But Twilight says that that's not her problem and that they're her friends. So yeah. So Twilight takes Lyra back downstairs and says that she has some chores to do. And someone actually comes to the library, and it's Big Mac. And yeah, and of course, Twilight greets him and asks what he's doing, and Big Mac says that he was returning a book for Applejack. And yeah, Twilight offers him some tea, and which Big Mac accepts. And yeah. And Lyra tries to get Twilight... She actually tries to get Twilight not to do this. But... since... well, she planned on getting Octavia next. And that... but Twilight tells Lyra that Big Mac is going to help her get to Applejack. Yeah, he's going to help her get to Applejack. But... yeah. But Twilight already sets the plan into motion, and yeah, at this point she's going to go through with it. So yeah, she brings the tea and asks Big Mac if he has her Smarty Pants doll. Which he admits. But Twilight is actually glad that he kept it. So yeah, Big Mac ends up drinking the tea. Sorry about that. And apparently it seems that he had... that he had a crush on Twilight. And Twilight actually plans on turning Big Mac into a different kind of doll. Yeah, a different kind of doll, and yeah. And yeah, Big Mac starts feeling... yeah, basically, yeah, Twilight, of course, like with the others, she puts something in his tea and she begins the spell. And she actually turns Big Mac into a plushie, like something like a teddy bear. Or, you know, like a, you know, like, I am so sorry about that. I am terrible. I am so awful. But yeah, she plans on turning Big Mac into a plushie. But Big Mac pleads that pleads with Twilight that his family needs him. Yeah, his family needs him, and Twilight just says that they'll be joining him soon enough. And yeah, and the entire time, Lyra was actually in Twilight's main, watching everything happen. And yeah, he ends up with sorry about that. And yeah, she turns Big Mac into a plush, and like I said before, a little plushie, like a plushie. Sorry about that. And also turns him in, yeah, she basically turns him into Smarty Pants. And Lyra apologizes to Big Mac but she says that Twilight needs her friends now more than ever, and that she wishes that she could make Twilight feel better and make her stop, and she doesn't want Big Mac to hate her, but if he does, then it's best not to tell her. So yeah, Twilight finishes the spell, and yeah, Big Mac turns into a stuffed animal. Like toy. And yeah. And even Big Mac's lips they kind of get sewn together, like how Smarty Pants does. Yeah, she basically turns Big Mac into Smarty Pants. And Twilight, when she's done, asks Lyra what does she think. And yeah. And yeah. So yeah, basically Twilight plans on she basically turned Big Mac into her new stuffed animal and into her new Smarty Pants. So yeah. And Twilight plans on doing this to the next pony that comes along. Because now she just does, I'll get to it in a minute. So Yeah. And Twilight actually takes Lyra upstairs and allows her to stay in her bedroom for the night. Because, she trusts. Because Twilight trusts Lyra, and how. Because, well, she's her friend, and trusts that she won't try and run away. And yeah. And that's where the chapter ends, with Lyra seemingly resigning herself to her fate as being a doll. So, like I said before, there's actually something at the end of each chapter that tells the population of the dollhouse that Twilight made. So, and Big Mac is now stuck as a plushie toy, and it's not looking good for anyone, especially because while Lyra seems to, it seems that Lyra is beginning to, just surrender to it all. Because while she's still trying to find a way to save everyone, being stuck as a doll is shown to be rather limited for Lyra to do, anything. Because, even if she's small, she's, the size of a doll, and she can't really fight back against Twilight if she's not a unicorn or a real pony anymore. Yeah. So, and also, she's also, she's also, like I said before, she's the size of a doll. So, yeah. And we also see that Twilight is. Twilight doesn't seem to care about what the others are going to think once they see the ponies in Ponyville go missing. Because Big Mac's family, the rest of the family is going to wonder where he is. And there's no telling, if Twilight is going to have to do something, rather drastic in order to keep all this a secret and to keep doing what she's doing. But then again, what do I know? But all in all, this is where things really start to get interesting, because apparently Twilight can't just make a simple doll out of a pony. She can make them different types of dolls, because she turns Big Mac into a stuffed animal. Yeah. She turns Big Mac into a stuffed animal, and sorry about that. And so it's interesting because up until this point, Twilight just turns them into just dolls. Now, she never specifies what kind of dolls she turns them into, vinyl, Octavia, Lyra, Bonbon. I am so sorry about that. But yeah, now at this point that Twilight can basically turn any pony into any kind of doll. And yeah, and also she plans, and also what's also worrying is Spike, because there's no telling if Spike ever does find out. I'm worried of what Twilight is going to do. Like, is she going to turn Spike into a doll as well? I know that she says that she does plan on doing so, but there's no telling if Spike will be accepting to this or if Twilight will make him accept this, or if Spike will join the others in the makeshift Ponyville. Because apparently when Spike gets older, he will be built up a resistance to magic. So, yeah, that's the worrying part. But Twilight doesn't know if her spell will work on dragons. So, yeah. But, yeah, all in all, I'm worried about Spike. Yeah, Spike doesn't know about any of this. Like, he's kept in the dark about this. And there's no telling what Twilight is going to do when the time comes. Like I said, is Twilight going to turn him into a doll? Or is she just going to keep this a secret from Spike forever? But, yeah, all in all, that's all I have for now, but regardless, I do hope you all enjoyed, and thank you all for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!